Hi friends, good day. Today, as I told you last class, we have completed all the accounting entries in the books of transfer. Also, we have completed. Today's class, I'll be taking you to the problems which is there in the charms material. Let me begin with this first one. This is about the problems on purchase consideration. Just we'll have a discussion on this. You can easily do it. This is first problem. Example: V Limited and S Limited have agreed to amalgamate by transferring their undertakings to a new company VS Limited on the date the balance sheet of V Limited and S Limited are as follows: land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, stock, debtors, bank balance. Okay, the purchase and we got assets, equity, share capital, general reserve, sundry creditors. V Limited and S Limited have agreed to amalgamate by transferring their undertakings to new company of VS Limited. Now in this case we are having two companies is going for liquidation. One, a new company is being formed as a VS Limited, merged into a new company. So VS Limited. Purchase consideration you need to calculate for V Limited, and we need to calculate purchase consideration for S Limited also. So, and here he is saying that under what method the purchase consideration was discharged by issue of equity shares of 10 rupees each. The consideration was settled on the basis of net value of assets. Compute the purchase consideration, number of shares to be issued by VS Limited. That is what he is asking us. So, what is to be done here first? In this case, calculation of purchase consideration. V Limited and X Limited. S Limited. V Limited and S Limited. I am following net assets method. Assets taken over. Land assets minus liabilities. What is the liability you are having here? Only sundry creditors. Assets minus liabilities is equal to purchase consideration. Here even the meaning also has been given. Under this methods of this we have all learned is arrived by adding agreed value of all assets taken over by the transferee company and deducting there from the agreed value of liabilities taken over. In the absence of any statement to the contrary regarding agreed value of asset or liability, the amount at which the asset and liability appears in the books of transfer company is considered to be agreed value. Fictitious assets are not to be taken over. Not to add assets not taken over and fictitious assets or expenses not written off. Not to deduct liabilities not taken over by the transferring company but deduct the agreed value of liabilities taken over. Not to deduct all such items appearing under the heading reserves and surplus. However, if a portion of any reserve denotes liable to third parties like workmen compensation fund, employee provident fund, statutory provident fund, it must be included in liabilities. These things we have already learned, but only again just I am repeating, revising it just for your understanding. So these things I need to copy down. Land and buildings, what, 12 lakhs and 8 lakhs. Plant and machinery, 20 lakhs. 18 lakhs. Furniture, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs. Then stock 550, 4 lakhs. There it has been given agreed value or book value. So no information, we are taking book value. Debtors 4,50,000. The transfer undertakings mean that we are assuming all the assets have been taken out and all the liabilities have been taken out. Okay. Then after stock, the next one is debtors 450, 4 lakhs. Bank balance 2 lakhs, 1,70,000. Okay. 20, 32, 33, 33, 38, 42, 44, 45 lakhs total. Total assets. And here 8, 18 plus 8, 26, 28, 32, 36, 37, 70. This is totally liabilities. We got sundry creditors 450, 950. So now net worth is equal to A minus B. 45 minus 450, it is coming to 40 lakh 50,000. 37 lakh 70,000 minus 9 lakhs 50,000. Let me take calculator, just a minute. $37 lakhs 70,000 minus 9 lakhs 50,000, it is coming to 28 lakhs 20,000. Now he's also asking the question number of shares. Number of shares is to be issued. The purchase consideration was discharged by issue of equity shares of 10 rupees each. So here issue price is at par value. So number of equity shares is equal to, this is net worth is nothing but purchase consideration, my dear friends. Net worth is nothing but purchase consideration. In this case, PC is net worth. PC by issue price. What is issue price here? Par value. So that is equal to 40 lakhs 50,000 by 10. It is coming to 4 lakhs 5,000. And it is coming to 2 lakhs 82,000. So number of shares issued is to discharge purchase consideration is 4 lakh 5,000 and 2 lakhs 82,000. The next one. This is the example we have discussed, and the next one, net payment method. This also we have seen. In fact, lump sum method, you will be directly giving you that for 50 lakhs, the consideration stated lump sum means P Limited takes us business of S Limited for 50 lakh. This is called as lump sum. We have seen net assets. Now third method is net payment method. We have done few examples earlier, but I am working out the problems from Charms material. Under this method, consideration ascertained by adding up cash paid, agreed value of assets given, agreed value of securities allotted by transferring company to shareholders of transferring company discharge in discharge of purchase consideration. Here if you see, Krishna Limited agreed to acquire the business of Radha Limited as on 31st March 2016. The balance sheet of Radha Limited on that date was as under. We got share capital, reserves, creditors, land and buildings, plant and machinery, furniture, stock, debtors and cash at bank. Then he says that the consideration was discharged by 10,000 10% preference shares of 10 rupees each, 50,000 equity shares of 10 rupees each at 15 rupees per share, 50,000 in cash. So the value of equity shares issued, the value of preference shares issued, cash is being issued is given. So here itself I can do. So this is net payment method. Ascertainment of purchase consideration by net payment method. Net payment method. I can say here mode of payment, number of shares, issue price, amount. Solution. Mode of payment, 10,000 10% preference shares of 10 each at par. The purchase consideration, how the company is discharging. Here who is acquiring? Krishna Limited agreed to acquire the business of Radha Limited. So Krishna Limited agreed to means Krishna is transferee, Radha is transferor. How you need to make a payment to Radha Limited is in the form of preference shares of transferee company to be issued to transfer company. So here I am writing number 1 preference shares, number of shares 10,000, issue price 10 rupees. It is coming to 1 lakh. Equity shares, 50,000 equity shares of 10 rupees at 15 rupees. No, issue price is 15. 50,000 into 15 rupees. It is coming to 7 lakhs 50,000. Then third point, they are discharging in the form of cash. Cash 50,000. Total it is coming to 9 lakhs. So this is how we have to calculate. The next, intrinsic value method. This we haven't done that. Today we will be working out one problem. Under this method, the intrinsic value of the shares of both transferor and transfer is calculated, and ratio of exchange shall be determined on the basis of same. Intrinsic value is same as book value of shares or net asset value. So how to find out intrinsic value? Net assets value of the company divided by number of equity shares. So for example, just now we have done here. What is intrinsic value means? Just I am not, this problem is different of course. I am telling you what is net worth, 40 lakh 50,000 by number of shares of equity shares of transferor. It will be getting intrinsic value, that is value of shares. Net worth per share, how much? Net worth per share is intrinsic value. That is what we need to work out. So that we will be doing now. You can see that following is the balance sheet. Following are the balance sheet of A Limited and B Limited. A Limited and B Limited. The following are the balance sheet of A Limited, B Limited as on 31st March 2016. We got share capital 5,000 shares of 5 lakhs, 80,000 shares of 8 lakhs, capital reserve, general reserve, secured loans, unsecured loans, sundry creditors, provision for tax, proposed dividend. Goodwill, other fixed assets, investments, current assets has been given. Okay. Now, A Limited was absorbed by B Limited. A Limited was absorbed means A Limited is transferor. A Limited is transferor, B Limited is transferee. A Limited was absorbed by B Limited with effect from 31st March 2016. For the purpose of absorption, the goodwill of A Limited considered valueless. Then, A Limited has areas of depreciation amounting to 40,000 rupees. That means the fixed assets has been given without adjusting areas of depreciation. Therefore, that areas of depreciation is to be adjusted. Then, the shareholders of A Limited, are allotted in full satisfaction of their claims shares in B Limited. The shareholders of A Limited are allotted in full satisfaction of their claims the shares in B Limited, because transferor, the B Limited has to issue shares to transferor limited towards purchase in the same proportion as in respective of the intrinsic value of the shares of two companies bear to each other. Calculate the share exchange ratio. So how to calculate this? First, as I told you, point number 1, we need to calculate intrinsic value. Okay. So we need to first calculate intrinsic value, then I'll come back how we need to work out. So let me start with example 3. Intrinsic value method I am doing. Intrinsic value method I am doing. So what I am trying to do, since he is having exchange ratio, there is a formula for that to calculate number of shares to be issued. Before I go to that, let me write a formula so that you will be knowing it. Number of shares to be issued number of shares to be issued to transferor company by transferee company. Number of shares to be issued to transferor company by transferee company. There is a formula is equal to number of shares of transferor into excuse me, intrinsic value of transferor by intrinsic value of transferee. This is what I want. So number of shares of transferee into intrinsic value of transferor by intrinsic value of transferee. That is what I need to find out first. So how to find out that information? So then I'll come back to shares exchange ratio, etc. Please find out, please listen to me carefully. So under intrinsic value method, the number of shares to be transferred by transferee company to transferor, number of shares to be issued to transferor company by transferee company, the formula is number of shares of transferor into intrinsic value of transferor by intrinsic value of transferee. So for that purpose, first of all, I need to find out intrinsic value. How to find out intrinsic value? I told you intrinsic value is nothing but net worth or net assets. So I have to take other assets 8,30,000. From this, A Limited has areas of depreciation amounting to 40,000 rupees. It means this is to be deducted. 8,30,000 minus 40,000, it is to be deducted. Then after that, I'll be having the information of investments 1,70,000, that is to be taken. Current assets 6,90,000, this is also to be taken. So 8,30,000 minus 40, it will become 790 plus investment plus current asset. This will become investments. Now we have seen net worth, what are the things which is to be taken. I have told you that we need to take the liabilities. Unsecured loans is a liability. Sundry creditors is a liability. Provision for tax is also a liability because it is to be paid. Okay, in fact, nowadays it's an old problem. They have given proposed dividend, and here I am using in place of proposed dividend payable. Now most of the books they are updating this dividend payable. So previously proposed dividend is to be a liability. Now I better use the term dividend payable. So these three are liabilities. To calculate, because I have told you the formula here, number of shares of transferor into intrinsic value of transferor by intrinsic value of transferee. So I need to find out intrinsic value of transferor as well as transferee. So intrinsic value of transferor here, A Limited, other fixed assets, investments, current assets, and from that I have to take out unsecured loans, creditors and provision for tax. Then I will be getting net worth. As far as B Limited is concerned, I am looking at other fixed assets and current assets. From that I should take out sundry creditors, provision for taxation, and also I should take dividend payable. These three if I deduct, I will be getting intrinsic value of B Limited. Clear to all of you? This is how you have to work out. So that I will be doing it here. Okay, let me go to this now. First, let me find out point number A, intrinsic value of A Limited. This I have to find out. Intrinsic value of A Limited is nothing but net worth. I told you. First I need to find out net worth. What is net worth here? Other fixed assets. I'll do one thing. Intrinsic value of A Limited and B Limited. Let me go in a columnar way so that we can save time. Assets, I told you for A Limited goodwill is worthless. Other fixed assets 8,30,000. And for this 16 lakhs less provision for depreciation. Areas of depreciation is nothing but provision for depreciation, or areas of depreciation also you can use. What is that has been given? 40,000 related to which limited? A limited. And you don't have any information for this. B. Next, investment 170. You don't have any investments for B limited. Then current assets 6 lakhs 90 and 16 lakhs 80. And 16 lakhs 80,000. Okay, so you can go for totaling of it. 8,30,000 minus 40,000 plus 1,70,000, 6,90,000. It is coming to 16,50,000. And here if you look into it, 16 plus 16, 32,80,000. This is total of assets. I am calling as A. B. Liabilities. Liabilities. In liabilities I am having here unsecured loans, unsecured loans 2,20,000, 2,20,000, sundry creditors 420, 460, provision for tax 110, 520, and we got dividend payable. Dividend payable 1 lakh. Now total is going to be 220, 220, 420, 420, 440, 640, 710. Sorry, 750. 426, 750. Now here 460, 10 lakhs 80,000. Now I have told you here to find out intrinsic value. The intrinsic value is nothing but in the problem itself it has been given here. Net assets value of the company divided by number of equity shares is intrinsic value. So now here net worth or net assets is equal to A minus B. What is A total here? 16 lakhs 50,000. 16 lakh 50,000 minus 7 lakh 50,000. It is coming to 9 lakhs. 9 lakhs. Then what about B? 32 lakhs 80,000 minus 10 lakhs 80,000. it is coming to 22 lakhs. Okay, this is net assets. Now here I am writing number of shares. Number of shares, 5,000 shares of A Limited, 80,000 shares of B Limited. Intrinsic value is equal to net worth by number of shares. Net worth by number of shares. That is equal to 9 lakhs by 5,000, 22 lakhs by 8,000, 80,000. You'll be getting 27.5 here for the B Limited. And for this 9 lakhs by 5,000, it is coming to 180. Okay, now the question is that the question we have started stating that number of shares to be issued to transferor company by transferor company is equal to number of shares of transferor into intrinsic value of transferor by intrinsic value of transferee. I got the intrinsic value of transferor. I also got the intrinsic value of transferee. I also got the number of shares of transferor. Number of shares of transferor is how many? 5,000. A Limited is transferor, no? 5,000. So what is to be done now here? So that is equal to number of shares to be issued to A Limited by B Limited is equal to, we have seen the formula, number of shares of A Limited, I have already given the formula there, 5,000 shares into intrinsic value of transferor. Now this is 180 rupees is intrinsic value of transferor. No, my dear friends, this is A Limited into 180 by intrinsic value of transferee 27.5. 27.5 you are getting just a minute, is 2,20,000 calculation mistake by divided by just a minute, net worth went wrong. You have not taken secured loans. This I have not taken by mistakenly. My dear friends, I have not seen this secure loans. A small mistake has taken place. You also got secured loans. I have not seen, sorry. Secured loans is how much? 4 lakhs. Then it becomes 14 lakhs 80,000. $14,80,000. So net worth A minus B is equal to 32,80,000 minus 14 lakhs You are getting 18 lakhs here. Now here, intrinsic value, this is correct, this one. 18 lakhs divided by 80,000. You are getting 22.5. Formula, everything is correct, just calculation went wrong. Now this is 20, not 27.5, it is 22.5. You are getting 40,000 shares. So number of shares, that is through intrinsic value, we can find out the number of shares to be issued. Number of shares to be issued is 40,000 rupees, 40,000 shares. Now the question is that he is asking, calculate the exchange ratio. Calculate, that means the number of shares has been issued in proportion to their intrinsic value, that's it. Proportionate to, same proportion as respective of intrinsic value of the shares of the two companies. We have got the intrinsic value of the shares of the two companies, no? Clear? Now coming back to this, I want the calculate share exchange ratio. If anybody is having the doubt, I repeat once again. First point number 1, through intrinsic value, number of shares to be issued can be ascertained. How to find out number of shares? Shares of transferor company, number of shares of transfer company into intrinsic value of transferor by intrinsic value of transferee. How to find out intrinsic value? Net worth by number of shares. Net worth by number of shares I have already given. Net worth by number of shares of transferor and transferor I need. The number of shares to be issued is equal to number of shares of transferor into intrinsic value of transferor by intrinsic value of transferee. This is what I have done. Now what is exchange ratio? Is simple words that you can see here how many shares A Limited was having, my dear friends. 5,000 shares A Limited was having. Now how many shares A is getting? 40,000, no? That means for every one share, 5 8s are 40, no? For every one share there of A Limited, they are getting 8 shares in B Limited. This is the shares exchange ratio. So here share exchange ratio is equal to for every for every 5,000 shares, for not every, for 5,000 shares of A Limited, in B Limited, that is 5,000 is to 587. 1 is to 8 is the ratio. What is exchange ratio? 1 is to 8. That means for the existing shareholder, for every one share, they are getting 8 shares. The meaning is that for every one share, conclusion, For every one share in A Limited, 8 shares in B Limited are given. For every one share in A Limited, 8 shares in B Limited are given. Clear? This is how you have to find out intrinsic value. So, when a problem comes, you will be able to understand it. Okay, we have completed the problems relating to purchase consideration today, and we'll continue our discussion of next starting the problems which has been mentioned here from page number 65. I think we start working out problems in the next class. Okay, so previous class I have given entries in the books of transfer. In today's class we have seen the problems of purchase consideration and which method we have learned, intrinsic value method. In the next class we can go for working out of the problems. Okay, my dear friends, we'll meet in the next class. Till then, goodbye. Thank you. God bless you all.